Hello, everyone. Carlos here. Welcome to the Tech Brief for the fourth week of June 2024. We're going to start talking about the vulnerabilities that has surfaced in this last week of the month. Let's start first with Progress MoveIt Transfer, specifically its SFTP module. It is suffering from an authentication bypass vulnerability with a CVE of 2024-05806. This vulnerability allows an attacker to upload a SSH key over to the server and use that to authenticate, or even worse, there has been proof of concept code where they're able to actually put that key into the logs and trick the server itself to read the key from the logs. Given the vulnerability is for uploading a key, this means that the attacker needs to have a valid account on the system or an existing account. So this means that they're going to be enumerating those accounts and leveraging those. We have seen that MoveIt was a very big target for ransomware crews last year. And it looks like this year we're going to be seeing the same. So my recommendation is for those of you who are using this solution to patch as quickly as possible since proof of concept code is already out there. The vulnerable versions are 2023 0.0, 2023 1.0 and 2024.0.0. There have been a quite large amount of supply chain attacks. So we are seeing that this trend has actually continued. A threat actor modified the source code of at least 5 plugins hosted by WordPress.org to include malicious PHP scripts, as reported by WordFence threat intelligence team. The modification of the source of the plugins appears to have been between June 21st and June 22nd. The 5 plugins that have been installed on more than 35,000 websites are Social Warfare, Blaze Widget, Wrapper Link Element, Contact Form 7 multi-step item, and we have Simply Show Hooks. There has still have not been able to find how did the actor gain access to the source code to be able to backdoor the code, and investigation is currently happening. My recommendation is that you check your installs and remove those add-ons so you do not fall a victim to the attackers. Continuing with supply chain types of attacks, another attack is that over 100,000 sites have been impacted in a supply chain attack by polyfill.io service after a Chinese company acquired the domain and the script was modified to redirect users to malicious and scam sites. This is a rare case where a project was acquired by a company. In past events, we have seen maintainers abandon projects and forks being made with malicious code, or the maintainers are social engineered to hand over control of the project to third parties that then abuse this installed base. Supply chain attacks have been on the rise in the last couple of years. This presents a challenge for IT staff when it comes to having up-to-date inventory on their components used by many of the applications they use. One of the biggest recommendations that we constantly recommend to our own customers is to use SBOMs of software bill of materials. Now, the creation of software bill of materials, maintaining and packaging them for use by security staff, I have to be honest, as somebody who has done it in the past, it's challenging given the dynamic nature of the software development cycle itself. There should be a push to require this type of information from all vendors and push open source projects to provide them. In news, we saw that CISA chemical assessment tool hack. This was the hack where actors hacked CISA via Ivanti Connect Secure appliance. This happened in January 23rd, 2024, allowing a threat actor to upload web shells to device. CISA was able to detect activity on the compromised system where the actor came back multiple times during 2 days. While CISA says all of the data in the CSAT application is encrypted with AES 256 encryption, and the keys are hosted offline, not in the same environment. And there has been no evidence that the CSAT data was stolen. But still, with all of this, they decided to notify companies, individuals in abundance of caution. The data that could be potentially been exposed is very serious. Introduces top secret surveys, security vulnerability assessment, site security plans, personal saver program submissions, and CSAT user accounts. Now, these submissions contain highly sensitive information about the security posture and chemical inventory of all of the facilities that the tool itself is used for. CISA says that CSAT user accounts contain Um, aliases, place of birth, citizenship, passport numbers, redress numbers, A numbers, global entry ID numbers, TWIC ID numbers. As stated before, CISA does not have evidence the data was exfiltrated or credentials being exposed, but is still recommending that all CSAT accounts need to reset their passwords as a best practice. We're also seeing healthcare extortion attacks on the rise, and this is a very sad one with $22 million payment from Change Healthcare. We have seen many ransomware groups focus right now on attacking health records, given that how vulnerable this information is for extortion. Two attacks that we have seen in the recent weeks that are of big impact to not only patients but also the organization. The first one is the release of records from England's National Health Service. The information release includes patient names, date of birth, NHS numbers, description of blood tests, making it one of the more harmful attacks that the country has seen. The next one is ransomware attacks against South African National Health Laboratory Services, the NHLLS. This attack is in the middle of an mpox outbreak affecting critical services when they're the most needed. So yeah, attackers, what they're doing is that they're going after this specific type of systems, given that both organizations are under political and customer pressure to pay the ransom, given the amount of data that is being exposed, given the impact that it has across multiple victims in the different countries where this is happening. In addition to this, the Lockbit gang said that they had access to the Fed, and they reported that, hey, we're going to make this data public, but the data was not made public at all because they actually didn't hack the Fed. We reached out to our tech lead for target operations, Jason Lang, and his reply to this news was lol. And I have to agree with him. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.